Hey, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, shall we? I wasn't prepared. Bad, mate. Okay, current blood sugar is 11.8. So I think I'm needing more carb in the mornings. But we have done a few corrections. So to me, that indicates more carbs. I did take a manual correction. We're halfway through our calibration. We will be calibrating for lunch. Okay, so it all looks pretty good. That was breakfast down there. So I've had breakfast for a while. Okay, so current time and range. We've dropped a bit from this morning. We're at 87% time and range, 13 above, and average sugar is holding steady at 7.7. Now let's just hope we stay there. Today, I'm going, just give me a sec here. I'm going to be talking to you, don't want that, that's what I want, about how to switch over to a low carb diet and what steps we have to look for. And we'll be right back and we'll start our magical. Sorry, I was getting things organized in my mind. I know, lonely thought. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, time and range is not what we're kind of discussing, but we're discussing a tool that could help you get there. Now, first of all, lowering carbs was a way they used to control type 1 diabetes. That's the story my doctor told me, and we're going to stick with it. First of all, you want to reduce carbs to 30 carbs per meal and or 130 carbs per day. So that can give you some leeway. Pure and simple. You see, I've got them all here. So, next is you want to use an electrolyte supplement. So, something that will help you increase your magnesium, your potassium, your sodium, all the electrolytes. Just getting something that will help you through the withdrawal. Nothing's worse than starting a low carb and your body is draining for the carbs. And you're going to have to go through a couple of days. But supplementing your electrolytes will help. It will also switch the pendulum over to a fat burning mode. Okay. Now, eating refined carbohydrates is out of the picture. Things like candy, cakes, cookies, pizza are all sort of refined, high sugar foods. They make you feel good through the dopamine, but they're not going to help you with your diets. And I hate the word diet. The old joke, yeah, the first three letters of diet is die. Yeah. But how about just a new eating plan? Easy as peasy. Okay. Now, you're going to have the cravings. You're going to sit down, you're going to watch TV, and there will be dozens of food ads all over the place. I can sit here, watch the evening news, and see that it's just a whole bunch of food items constantly being bombarded at you. This little thing up here, well, while it does amazing things, it also will start you things. Oh, cravings. Yes, I want cravings. But remember, cravings will pass. Those of you who have had suffered with mental illness, the big thing is to train your brain to not worry about doing suicide. It's letting your brain go. That whole desire will pass. And cravings too will pass. Usually get off and do something. Read, go out for a walk. I find walks or just getting outside helps quite a bit. Except if you're low, then you have to. And I would say for type 1s, you want to try to treat with something lower carb. So they do 15 units. If you're 15 units, 15 grams of carbs. If you're one of those that you go and you open up the refrigerator and will just start eating anything left, right, and center, it's not going to do it. Let's review. If you're having a low blood sugar, do a blood test. If you're below 3.9 on the metric system, then have 15 grams of carbohydrate, wait 15 minutes, test again. If you're low, repeat. Okay, but if you fall off the track, just like I've said about control, just pick it up and get back on it. The sooner you get back on it, the easier it's going to get. So take your time, understand, deal with it. Oh, sorry, just... And when I say, sorry, I just had the double checkpoint. When I say get back on as soon as possible, I'm talking next meal, not the next day. Because if you keep putting it off, you're going to find reasons why it's not going to work for you. Okay. Refined carbs and fats don't mix. What this is saying is you want to make sure you have refined carbs. That's where your sugar base is going to be. Remember, going down to 0 carbs is not going to be effective in your diabetes control. Your body, your scalp, your food, your skin, I don't know where I was going, muscles all require carbs for energy. So if you go down to zero, you're not going to get any carbs. And besides that, it's really difficult to go down to zero. Okay. Now, in low carb and low fats should be avoided. You want higher carbs if you're going to have lower fats, and you need higher fats if you're going to have lower carbs. A lot of people also say that you need to start coming up with counting your carbs if it's being reduced and you're having fats and proteins, then you're going to need to grow that, count that instead. You need to have some carbs in your diet. We've already said this, but you don't need to go overboard. When I started to count carbs and read food values, there was an awful lot of miscommunications, and I would count these carbs as food choices, and it was refined carbs. Yeah, they were the sweetest. They made me feel the best. But it wasn't the ideal situation. What you really want to concentrate is on a high-fat, low-carb dinner. Nowadays, you can find choices that have cut carbs and a lot. I know here I can order pizza, I can order a whole bunch of stuff. But there's something you really need to take a look at. If we move on to our next one, the best thing you can do is eat at home. Cooking at home and eating at home will allow you to know what's going into your body. So many high food items. I, for a while there, had Better Meals, and they had different selections. You could find high protein, low carb meals, and they were wonderful. So don't feel that you need to be slaughtered in. When you're preparing your own meals, you know what goes into it. If you buy like TV dinners, you don't know what hidden carbs will do to you. Now, vegetables, cooked vegetables, are a good source of sustained carbohydrates. And what I mean by sustained, they're going to make you feel fuller longer. Simple carbs are just going to get used up. You're going to get the sugar high, and then everything's just going to disappear. You're going to come crashing down. Now, if you have to go out to eat, if you're going out to eat at a restaurant or something along those lines, take a look at the menu beforehand. When we initially talked about carb counting, we told you to take a look at the restaurant. So you need to reduce that. So know what you're ordering, know what's available, know the menu so you don't need to even look at it. You can go in and say, I'll have this, this, and this. Trust me, it works. Don't loosen your grip on your food eating plans. I can remember one of the lines out of the pamphlet I was released from the hospital when I was first diagnosed as diabetic. In there they said, every so often you should go back and use your scales, your measuring cups and spoons to make sure you're getting your proper diet, because your eyes are bigger than your stomach. What they're trying to say is more and more food gets in there. Carbs are going to be the exact same thing. So don't kind of, oh, well, yeah. See, things didn't happen when I had that. Things didn't happen when I had this. I got this next clue off a site. If you type in tips for eating low carbs in T1D, she comes up in this with a 2-food rule. First of all, is the item worth eating? Does it taste good? And does it make you feel good? And I thought, well, yeah, eating sugar certainly used to make me feel good. It's for long term. So if you eat high sugar, you're going to peak and then you're going to drop. And it's that drop. We all ate. And then it was the after lunch ho-hums. Don't want to get things done. Now, comparison, don't compare yourself up against other people. It's not going to be a good thing. We talked about this about any treatments in diabetes. Something may work for you that won't work for someone else, and vice versa. So don't do comparison. You don't really have to defend your choices. And what I mean by that is people are going to hamper you with questions. Why are you changing? What's up with this? You're going to realize that people are always going to judge you. You don't need to defend. What will show eventually is that you'll be able to slim down. Don't stop. I've been on this diet for a week now. Our food plans, for the emphasis, let's use the word diet for now. I've been on this diet for days now, and I don't see anything better. But don't give up too quickly. Wait till the magic hits in. And then you'll be able to see weight coming off. Your blood sugars will start to improve. So that's just some tips that hopefully will be able to set you off on the right path. Remember, it's important that you do the best you can. It's something new. You'll eventually find that having sensible meals with having complex carbohydrates, things like, and fats, things like avocados, vegetables, grilled vegetables are so good. You will find things will turn around for you. With that, have a super day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.